They call it, I'm a haul it, baby.
Day of the Dead came early, baby.
Boy, you got quite the birthday present, did you not today?
I did. I did. I feel good about it. I feel real good about it.
Man, Tony Pollard, 3 touchdowns, 140 some yards. That dude beasting, man. I know Pollard lovers are like, get rid of Zeke
He looked good, just like I thought he would.
now. Y'all tap in with your boy Dallas Cowboys. Winner, winners, chicken dinners, 49-29. Now, we don't want to boast and brag over the Chicago team, but I would like for everybody to go back to our pregame opening segment. And it was shared with everybody here that the Chicago Bears actually had the #1 rushing offense in the National Football League. But my mentality is always this. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Chicago 8, man. I think they had over 200 yards. But, man, did that defense not show up in the second half or what?
Woo, woo. All right, so I'm just going to say this, and I don't normally toot my own horn. And I'm going to check on this, but I do believe that Tony Pollard and Dak Prescott were a better running back tandem today than Tony Pollard and Malik Davis. But I also thought they were going to kind of split more time. But yes, 100%, man, that defense came through. There was at least 2 sequences in the game tonight. I started feeling a little shaky. I started getting that little creeping feeling coming back. But then defense just put it out, man. I mean, Micah, there's just not enough stuff to be said about the hustle that Micah Parsons has on every single play.
I mean, dudes out there playing injured. I mean, come on, that play, when he picked that fumble up, man, I thought the play was over. Me and my son was celebrating. Hey, we got the fumble. All right, man. Then Micah's running. I'm like, what happened? And then I'm like, what? And then they showed a replay and like Field just like jumped over the dude. And we talked about discipline. That was the lack of discipline on the Chicago Bears at that point. But what discipline on Micah Parsons to play until he heard the whistle?
That's the thing. And let me tell you, at the beginning of that play, my wife's always there for every Cowboy game. I'm yelling at her. I'm like, they keep blitzing Micah. He needs to go back in coverage. And what does he do? He rushes the passer. They throw that little screen, and he's still able to get back to the ball in time to make a play on it, man. It's just, bro, most people just give up. They just start slowing down after they realize they're 10 yards behind the play. Micah Parsons doesn't have that in him. He has no idea when to stop. Impossible.
All right, let's go through some game time stats here. If you're just tapping in, if you didn't get a chance to watch the game today, or hey, haters, how are you? How you doing? In case you didn't know, we know you do. The Dallas Cowboys won today. We're going to go over some stats here. You know, my keys to victory, like I said, have been the last 3 weeks. We got to learn to stop the damn run. This Chicago Bears run game was #1 in the league. And if we wanted to ever find out how good of a run stop defense we were, today would have been the case, but not so much. You know, the Dallas Cowboys allowed the Chicago Bears to put up some pretty gaudy running numbers of 240 rushing yards. All that gives me nightmares to the LA Rams in the Coliseum in the second round of the playoffs.
That's a lot of yards, man. But granted, I'd say the success, well, you know, maybe 50-50. Those running backs are fast as shit that they got out there. But Fields is no joke either. The guy's got mad hops, and the reason why obviously he didn't want to take his legs taken out on that play where Micah Parsons got up and kept running for that touchdown. He just jumped up because he didn't want his legs taken out on contact. Fields. I didn't even know that was the quarterback jumping over him, but it was. But yeah, man, it seems like these mobile quarterbacks give us a lot of problems, and that's really more so than anything because we don't have really good, fast inside linebackers.
Well, I mean, the blueprint is there. If you want to beat the Cowboys, just run the ball on them. I mean, 246 total yards today. The Chicago Bears, let me make sure I got this, 240 yards, I'm sorry. Averaging 5.2 yards per play.
Damn.
You know, granted, we won the game by 20 points thanks to this offense of Dak Prescott coming back. The offense was humming in the first half. Offense held it down, but then this defense showed up in that second half. And what a well-balanced team. We didn't see much from special teams today, but a heavy dose of some offense, especially when it came to Pollard. I guess we can all agree now, Pollard can be a 3-down back possibly.
Yeah, that certainly does put a bit of a twist on the current Ezekiel Elliott contract when it does in fact go up. It looks like we've got a guy that can break through the line whenever he needs to and make those runs. And I don't know. I always thought of him as someone that just wasn't as big as Zeke, so he couldn't do what Zeke did, but it's obvious he can. But it's also a really, really good position to be in as a football team.
Yeah, we're going to circle back to that in just a minute, Caitlin. As we head into the bye week, you're right. Perfect timing for a bye week. As you see, Micah ailing a nursing injury over there. Looks like his hamstring giving him some problems. Zeke was out today. J-Ron Curse got banged up. Looked like Cedric Wilson came out of the game. A lot of folks getting nicked up. So perfect timing going into the bye week. But Aaron says, hey, I wasn't too far off on my prediction. I was thinking about you all game, Aaron, when they started lightening up. You're right. So appreciate you with your context there. But if you're just tapping in, it's the post-game report with Bob and BG. The Dallas Cowboys victorious today as they head into the bye week, 49-29. Total offense for the Dallas Cowboys. How about that? 442 yards, 200 rushing, 242 passing yards. That's a pretty balanced game, I would think, under Dak Prescott and Kellen Moore, especially with the Zekeless backfield.
Yeah. Friend of mine asked if he should pick up Dalton Schultz today off the waiver wires, and I said, no, it's probably not a good idea. We've got a couple guys that are kind of outshining him. I'm happy that he showed me wrong, man. Dak Prescott loves his tight ends, man, and he checks down and makes plays, and his tight ends do him a service every damn time. So I'm glad to see Dalton Schultz coming back and doing something. I'm glad to see us as an offensive team today almost overshadowing what the defense did, which is all you can ask for. If you can have an offense like we had today that's on the cusp of slightly thinking about overshadowing what the defense can do, that's pretty sick. And Prescott looked fucking comfortable.
I just said interception, throwing some absolute darts. But hey, DeAndre, nobody said throw Zeke in the gutter and go find another.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, Tony Pollard built to be a 3-down back. We know the Pollard lovers are thumping their chest right about now, and rightfully so. I'm happy that Pollard got to eat today, baby. The Dallas Cowboys got the dub. That's all that matters.
It's a beautiful thing.
But we know that now that, some of these Pollard, lovers are going to create the hate, between Zeke and Pollard. Now, we're going to hear the contract talks. Yeah, we should hear contract talks mainly about Pollard. His stock absolutely shot through the roof after this game today. But hold that thought as we get through the rest of these stats here today. But your Dallas Cowboys over 440 yards of offense under Dak Prescott. Totally different than the Cooper Rush-driven bus.
Yeah, that's some yardage. And again, I don't know. I just can't say enough, man. This defense, it's going to be one of those things where whether we go far or not doesn't really matter. It's going to be the defense that's taken us there. And today it at least showed me that Dak is got a fire in him. It was really good to see those designed RPOs where he's running the ball. We know he's running the ball, and they're still not hitting him.
How about picking up 15 yards out of a quarterback sneak?
You know what, man? And he got low and popped out. Those are the things we like to see, man. I think a lot of people are convinced that he is never going to be what he was simply because of that calf injury and some of the things he sustained. But I don't know if that's the truth. I think he can still be at the very least, the guy can get 5 yards because he's a fucking truck, man. Trying to tackle that guy's legs is a nightmare as a linebacker, I'm sure. But he showed up today, man, in a big way. And that interception, I'm 100% pinning that interception on CeeDee Lamb, not wanting to get fucking hit and lit up. That was some alligator arm shit. It really pisses me off. He does that to me. He makes me angry sometimes, but he showed up and got a touchdown and it really did play a good game. So everyone had a solid game today, minus a few costly kind of errors, costly in terms of final score.
Right. Okay. There's that. Was another NFC news. Looks like Philly handled Pittsburgh today, 35-13. We still got the Giants up here in Seattle here today. But the Dallas Cowboys definitely getting a W in the win column matters, especially on this race to the NFC East. As you heard Moose up there talking about it on the broadcast, the best division in the football right now.
Just it does feel a little bit like the 90s. a lot of our battles back then were with San Francisco, though. But yeah, the NFC East, that's just it's good to see that, and it's hard for me to root for the NFC East because I don't like any of the teams in it other than Dallas, but it's good to see us get a little bit of props because let me tell you, for years we were just getting the shit end of that stick as a joke. We were lots of L's in that L column.
Yeah, so shout out to the Eagles. Y'all are doing your job. Dallas Cowboys did our job. We hope everybody keep doing their job. We'll see y'all, come Christmas Eve. We got those Giants on Thursday Night Football, but we got this bye week, so we're not going to put the horse before the cart. So if you're just tapping in, out of the bye week, we got the Packers. That's a totally different team with Aaron Rodgers, but again, any given Sunday, even under their current circumstances as a season right now, as dismal as it may look, Dallas still has to go in there to the frozen tundra, handle business. Then we got the Vikings. That Vikings score today was, I think it got pretty tight down to the end with Arizona, did it not?
I think it did. I kind of thought it was going to be a bit of a shootout.
Yeah, let me get to the score here. Where was it? Arizona. Where are all these damn scores? Minnesota. Actually, yeah, 34-26. Minnesota over Arizona. So just some other score updates as we go into this bye week. Caitlin said it best. Let me get back up over here. We picked a good time, I think, to be headed into the bye week.
Yeah, if we could pick that would have been a good time. But yeah, we definitely are heading into the bye week in a good way. A little dings here and there. Also getting more reps for Dak without having to have too much contact to worry about. Keep getting those reps. That's what he needs. He needs to see some of these things that he saw today in practice and, counteract them. And so does CD apparently. But yeah, good to see the team be able to go and rest up on a big ass win. Did we put 50 up? We didn't, right? It was 49. Was it the final? Yeah. That's still a good ass day, man. A super thank you so much to the Dallas Cowboys defense.
The defense didn't, it wasn't like the defense had 2 touchdowns. It was like all pretty much offense.
Yeah.
Defense, critical plays, sacks, that negated interception was big, with Trayvon Diggs, and that came down to discipline. So we definitely seen Dan Quinn make some adjustments. Now, a lot of folks are saying, well, Dallas defense is supposed to be so good, but y'all let this number 1 rushing offense put over 200 yards on y'all. Well, that's fact. And you got to tip your hat to Chicago Bears, man. They were finding a way to run the ball. They had no passing game. Literally, they were running the ball. So you got to tip your hat over there to Eberflus and those Chicago Bears. They're doing their thing. They're number 1 in the league after all. This is week 8. They came in after 7 weeks leading the league. So we want to give them some flowers. However, yeah, Dan Quinn made some adjustments in the second half. I think that was the difference, coughing up some turnovers, especially the Micah Parsons, returning that fumble. So I take that back. Wasn't all offense. Defense did get a touchdown rather.
Yeah, and it's again one of those situations where we're getting that old feeling back, and these victories are massive for us. Being able to put these points up, just see everybody happy. See Dak have a little bit of like fury and fire in him, man. It was really, really good. It's going to be tough rolling down on these, the rest of the NFC East, but we'll take it as it comes, man. The next team we play is the Pack, and they're in a bit of disarray right now. It might look real tempting and real nice to start cheering early about seeing him, Aaron Rodgers, get put on his ass by our defensive front. So don't want to, like you said, don't want to put the cart in front of the horse here. But
yeah, he's got to be scared knowing this Dallas Cowboys defense is coming in there. If it ain't Micah, it's another guy. It's Micah and his whole pack of hyenas. We've been talking about it. But on the offensive side of the ball, Dan Brown's talking, props to the O-line on protecting Dak. And that's facts because, although the Dallas Cowboys got to the Chicago Bears, they got the field 4 times on 4 sacks. They only got to Dallas 1 time. They only sacked Dak Prescott 1 time today.
Yeah, the O-line is quietly holding it down, man. It's something that we are, I guess, are afraid to talk about because the injuries happen so fast for us. But McGovern got a little dinged up, but we still have a chance of having Tyron Smith come back this year too, which when that happens, I don't know what we do there. It's another one of those situations where, we are wondering what's going to happen with Dak when he has to come replace his backup. Tyron might not have a spot, at least in my eyes, man. Smith's over there doing work. Tyler Smith is doing his job out there at left tackle.
Right.
So I don't know. That's another thing that we got. But again, that's a good issue to have. Too much talent is a wonderful thing to have to worry about.
Yeah, we took both of those penalties. We get back to this discipline. Great segue there, Bob. Both teams had 6 penalties. Chicago for 45 yards, Dallas for 41. Those were some critical ones in that first half, but it looks like got cleaned up in the second half. We've seen the impact and the imprint of the Dallas Cowboys finger-licking good defense return. So definitely a great time to be heading into the bye week so Dallas can nurse these injuries, make some adjustments, to come back, see them pack, baby, at the frozen tundra. So we're going to place the link in the comment sections. Any of our supporters or anybody would like to get on with us and share your thoughts, go ahead and feel free if you'd like to join us. The link is now in the comment section.
I thought for sure EB was going to get on here. Let me hit him up and see what he's doing.
All green badges, y'all know y'all got green carpet treatment. So if any of my green badges would like to get up on here, I seen your star comment there. Thank you, Brandon. Sorry you put on the wrong video there. It's hard for me to track stars here, period. I've already put that in a supporter group, and it's hard for us to run that during this show on a third-party app and try to keep up with that too as well. So if you do donate stars during the show, thank you very much. But the link is in the comments, especially for my green badges. You have the green carpet treatment.
Green carpet. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. But this New York game up here in Seattle just kicked off. And also we got the Colts and Commanders just kicking off too. A couple of other NFC East games. Make sure you know back here Wednesday we're going to be discussing NFC East matters. And we're probably going to be getting square groupers up back. Probably maybe this week, if not sooner than later. So look for us to be back on the streams here talking about the greens. Streams and greens, if you know what I mean.
Great. The Mr. Green Stream show. Getting ready to watch this Giants and Seahawks game. Who y'all got? I got the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. No, now that, of course, Dallas has won, I want to root for NFC East, but hell, I need Seattle to knock off New York today, right?
Oh, yeah. We need that.
That'll put us without any problems at number 2 in NFC East rankings, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, exactly.
Philadelphia won today over Pittsburgh, so they're holding firm at the NFC East. They're going to probably hold firm in all of the rankings coming out after week 8. So we give y'all your flowers. Keep doing your job. Like we said, we'll see y'all Christmas Eve, but we got to see them Giants come first, and that's NFC East business. But the link is in the comments. If y'all like to join us, it's Bob and BG with the post-game report. Dallas Cowboys were victorious 49-29. How you doing, haters? Where you at?
Where you at?
They're going to have to be quiet again for another week. More PTSD coming for them haters. They got to hold them mean.
Yeah, we've got the Eagles have the just as easy of a schedule as we do in terms of NFL ease of schedule.
Yeah, we're at the bottom.
Yeah, we're at the bottom. So it's going to be good to be able to play those folks on an even keel. And again, it's one of those things where you want all these players on the NFC East to be healthy. You want these teams to be healthy because you want to beat them at their best. I don't know about you, but meaning everybody out watching, most of us here just want to see top-level players beat top-level players. Yeah, if people are out, but we'd rather see teams play other strong teams. And I would rather have all these fools at full strength just so we can beat them. So they could just shut the hell up already because it's too much.
Well, it ain't no time like roll time. So if you got it, roll it up, baby. It's a victory smoke here. We're tapping in. Dallas Cowboys winning. The link is in the comments. Any of the green badges, any of the Dallas Cowboy fans would like to come up on here and chat with us. Just make sure you're on Wi-Fi with good lighting. You ain't got no freaky shit going on in the background.
Yeah, no freaky shit in the background. I mean, this kind of freaky shit you can have in the background, just like the real freaky deaky freaky shit. We can't watch. Yeah. We can't have that up. It's a family show.
Other freaky deaky shit, not the Dallas Cowboys freaky deaky.
It's a 21 and over family show. Oh man! So I'll tell you what. Facing the team we face today, it definitely started feeling heavy. I just have a Eric, turn down however you're hearing us.
All right.
Test for echo. All right. Nice. No, it was good to see the whole team kind of pop back together. Because I don't know, man. I'm old school. I've seen a lot of losses, man. And I was starting to get that dark creeping feeling coming in. In the third quarter there when things started swinging a little bit the Chicago way, but I don't know that I ever felt like we were going to get our ass beat or lose, but I'm the kind of person who doesn't even want that shit to be close.
Yeah,
I want it to be.
I'm with you. Same thing. That's why I was concerned as I went live at halftime.
I
Welcome
saw
to the
that.
show, Eric B.
Thank you. Yeah, Bob was getting a little worried there on his birthday if things were going too good, and then all of a sudden, these guys are scoring a little bit, and we're on this text chain, and my buddy Paul says, "Well, 28 points, it's unacceptable." I was like, "Yeah, but if you score 50, you're still winning by 20. I'll take it every week."
Right. What stuck out there? What stuck out there to the most during the game there, Eric B? As you chime in with us here, me and Bob pretty much gave our feedback. Give us yours. What you think about that game?
Loved everything about it. Parlaying off what we said last week, that Dak's gonna come out. He's gonna feel more comfortable in the pocket. He's not gonna be as jacked up, even though he rushed at the end there, the first half, and forced it in there. And Pollard is more explosive. He's got more juice than Zeke. We all know that. And it's now he got his chance, and we got good depth, and everybody stepped up, and our defense will be fine. Offenses are catching up in the NFL now after half the year. The offenses are starting to look better, so we're gonna give up a few points once in a while. Chicago was hot last couple weeks, one of the best running teams, and we're not great against the run. We got that trade Hankinson. He'll be all right coming off the bye. I think it's good timing.
Yeah, they're yanking folks' helmets off, though, man. Did y'all see that?
Yanked it right off.
I was like, who is that? I was like, oh, that's the
Get
new
over
guy.
here. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of time. He didn't absorb the playbook a lot. They're just in there saying, "Listen, just be a big mofo in the middle of the line." That's probably what he did, and that's all he played like a dog. But what he's going to do now over the next week is gain a lot more knowledge of what is expected of him and that position, and I think that's just going to get better. Will it turn what would happen today down to 80 yards rushing? I don't know, but I know that at the very least it's going to help. And maybe if LVE, she stepped up a little bit today, but these inside linebackers have to do a little bit better of a job. I haven't been hearing Anthony Barr's name enough either. So there's some things that I think that we can push.
Where was Sam Williams at today? Did he even get any snaps?
No, he was out. He didn't play today.
Okay, well, that would have been good to know, BG. Damn, no, you shit.
No, he was on the injury list. It was an odd injury list. A couple of people point some things out. I didn't find anything scary about it, but I knew that, obviously you want him in. He's a motor guy. You want him in. We're
heavy on defensive line and defensive rotation. So once in a while, those guys are going to be inactive. A couple of those guys, Sam Williams and stuff. And it's great that we have that depth.
Yeah, Diego's chiming in here for you, Eric B. He says, Jerry better call Eric B. That man can big C.
Yeah.
Who is that? Ioyas. That got to be one of my Navy buddies. Shout out to Facebook user. Make sure you register with StreamYard. If not, I know you're probably in one of the secret groups. We're streaming live on 4 platforms right now. That's on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook.
Yay. I wonder if there's any Eagles fans that are over here fucking with us instead of hanging out with their Eagles fans after a victory.
They lightweight closet fans. If even they win, they got to come over here and let us know. But I mean, we just gave y'all the score update for all our Dallas Cowboys fans in here that don't follow the fucking Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you real quick, BG, Eric B. When was the last time you went over to an Eagles forum and a podcast and started talking?
Oh wait, let me see. Never.
Hell, do you think I want that shit on my fucking algorithm on Facebook in any way?
Facebook, the big old shit say BG over here liking Eagles shit. Hell no, you're not gonna catch me, baby.
I had a hard time starting Philadelphia as my defense on my fantasy team, but I did it anyway. But
I'll tell you what, though, the reintroduction of some of the players for Dallas is going to be a big thing. If James Washington ever gets healthy, he's going to find himself in the middle of a decent wide receiver core, especially with Noah Brown nursing his foot right now. I don't know how long that's going to be, but this week, like everyone said, this week of bye week is going to be a wonderful thing for the team to kind of get back to health. But I see this wide receiver core maybe sort of getting close to doing what these guys predicted they could do at the beginning of the season, where all of us were like, fucking no, there's no way. There's no way they're going to do what you say they're going to do, especially with Gallup not being in the lineup, but We found a way to win 6 games, dude. And this team is makeshift in a lot of different areas. The offensive line was told to not be really worthy of anything at the beginning of the season, and they're one of the best in the game now.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're holding it down. So we've got a lot to be proud of. A lot of the teams in the NFC East have a lot to be proud of, but it's just good for me personally on my birthday to see my all-time favorite sports team do what they did best, and that is dominate on defense, which they will continue to do for the rest of the season and for the future, for the foreseeable future, I think. But
I think the offense dominated more than the defense today. I think the offense picked up the defense, honestly.
You know, it was definitely crazy to see how the scoring was like score, like interception and then punt. You know, like I was just like, a lot of those are offense. We haven't seen that in how long, man? It's like, yeah, it was a treat, definitely. It was good seeing Dak, man. We love Dak, man. Most of us love Dak.
Let me pitch this at you first, Bob. We got Aaron, the Green Bay supporter, tapping in here. Says, this is a question for all. Do we need Odell Beckham, number 13? If so, Gallup is getting bought out that number 14. I don't think we need, I don't know. You go ahead and give your, I think everybody knows my feelings here. What's your thoughts on, do we need help in the wide receiver room, Bob?
I don't think so. David, we're just busting your balls, man. The question for Odell, being Odell, I don't know that we need that kind of personality. And here's the deal. If anybody did want that kind of personality in their locker room, there would have been 15 teams screaming at that guy already. It would have been a position where we couldn't afford him because so many other teams were interested in him. It's not the case. Not only is he coming off an injury that he's had a couple pretty bad injuries, he's a fucking diva, man. And that's not to say that some of the guys on our team aren't, but they certainly aren't OBJ level divas. Whether that be what he was in the past, might not be what he is now, but I don't know. I don't think we need that. I think we need the guys that Dak knows, and Dak knows these guys.
And most importantly, we're not going to pay him that wide receiver money that he wants because Pollard's getting paid this offseason. If not, they should extend him now. And so we're not going to go get any high priced guys. That's the way they do it, and it's not going to happen. Now, when Washington gets back, the kid that we got from Pittsburgh and came into camp and broke his foot, he's coming back. He's going to be a good addition because him and Dak did have some OTA reps, and so they know each other. And he'll be back soon in the next week, probably after the bye. Washington will be back. And Tolbert finally got activated because Brown was out.
Tolbert sighting, what?
He didn't do nothing. A Tolbert sighting, but at least, because Brown was hurt, so they activated him.
Yeah, basically, my thoughts, I've shared this with y'all already. You got to just, it ain't even about being personal with ODB. You got to know the dude's not going to be ready to go till after Thanksgiving. And come on, man. You expect a guy like that to come in. First of all, you expect Jerry to break the bank and pay the guy because he's a fucking diva. He's going to want his money. You don't think he's going to want his money? Everybody comes to Jerry to either drive their value up or get their money.
Yeah.
And then secondly, he's going to have to come in and get acclimated. He's not going to come back in after an injury. How many injuries has this dude had? Y'all want to go invest in ODB when everybody was bitching and complaining about us investing in MG13.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about, BG. I'm glad you fucking slid where you slid in that one because I was waiting for you to lean into that because that's the exact truth. We have to put players up against players in this way, and that's what we're doing right now. We gambled that a young Michael Gallup could bounce back from the injury that an old Odell Beckham cannot probably bounce back very well from. And it's just a matter of age. It's physiological. It's not something like we're shitting on him. But couple that injury with the fact that ODB or OBJ is always kind of wanting to be screaming for the ball. I don't see that mindset in the current Cowboys team. That used to be that identity in the past where a bunch of singular dudes were always screaming they don't get the ball enough. But
we're asking for a guy whose dad made a video and complained and said, they're not throwing the ball to my son.
Yeah.
Y'all want that shit in Dallas, really?
Nah,
I don't care what kind of family he's got in Dallas. That's great. Let him buy jerseys after jerseys after jersey from the pro shop. I don't give a flying frog's fat ass. I'd rather not have him on the field with us right now. I'd rather wait for a James Washington, another NFL caliber pro wide receiver to feel better, get better, and just help complement what the other guys are already doing.
He's close, and Dalton Schultz showed up today, and that's huge for Dak because that's his man. And he has a huge chemistry with Dalton Schultz, probably better than any. and he didn't have a setback. That means he's going to be going to the bye week. So he's going to be the key to that offense just continuing to flow. And Zeke, we're actually in a great spot right now.
Let's look at those Dalton Schultz stats right quick.
Thanks for the happy birthdays, by the way, guys. Aaron, Millard, all you folks out there. Thank you so much. I'd appreciate it.
Here's the receiving core for the Dallas Cowboys today. 5 catches for CeeDee Lamb, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. Whew, I'm glad I had him in my fantasy lineup. Dalton Schultz, 6 catches for 74 yards.
Yeah.
Damn, Eric.
That safety blanket, baby.
Who else?
And then we had Michael Gallup, 4 catches. You see, they threw it to Gallup early first. You know, if you pay attention to what Kellen Moore said in the media last week, when they didn't get Michael Gallup in the game, you see him go right to him first play of the game. Michael Gallup, 4 catches, 49 yards. Malik Davis had 2 for 18. Pollard, 1 for 16. Hendershot, 2 for 15. And then Jake Ferguson, 1 for 1 with 1 touchdown.
Yeah, that was a big one. I was gonna say that's a big one. That was a big one. And I think that's also pretty amazing. Like Eric and I were talking about that, how we went in the draft to the well 2 times for a tight end. It's a big important position to our franchise, to our team. It's a tight end's always been massive to us. And obviously quarterback, and those are the 2 guys that you really want to be in concert with each other. And today it looked amazing. All these guys were running around, catching passes. Like, it was definitely cool to see that. And I also think having the sort of wide receiver core that we have, sort of the unknowns other than CeeDee Lamb, that's a good thing. We're flying under the radar. Most good teams want their team to fly under the radar and not get noticed, not get jinxed in the media, not get their fans too big and boisterous. You know what I mean? Our fan base has a tendency to do that a lot. We're not talking too much right now, but we're talking a little bit because we're feeling good about ourselves. But we're still not getting too stupid, I don't think. At least not the section we can control. But it feels good to have that sort of a new blood feeling in that wide receiver room, and I really think everyone's out there trying to do their best. Do we keep Dan Quinn for a long time? I don't know. If I had a wish, I would say let's get rid of McCarthy and make DQ our head coach.
Now DQ likes to go to the booth, man. DQ hang up there with his shakes in the booth. I see you, Diego, out there panhandling for me, my guy. I appreciate that, man. But that's gonna be between you and that guy. You know, I haven't figured out how to acclimate the other 31 NFL fan bases here to donate stars. We're gonna have to figure out, maybe get some different teams merchandise and entice some folks, but definitely don't want to be openly betting in the comment sections. I mean, I ain't trying to lose my page here. You know what I mean?
It's illegal, damn it.
Yeah. So if you're just tapping in, do me a favor, leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We're talking the post-game report. Dallas Cowboys, big game today, over 400 total yards.
All right, so here, I got a problem today too. What is the deal? And I know it's going to happen tomorrow night, but what's the deal with the lack of people in costumes at these football games today? Did you see anybody in costumes today? What is going on, man?
A lot of them out there at the tailgate were like that, but
man,
I think it wasn't because it was like last year where we played the Vikings on Halloween.
Yeah, I get that, but at least it's the weekend before Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm a Halloween baby and my mom couldn't wait a few minutes, or I screamed enough to get out of there right before Halloween. I don't know. Hey, what do you got going on for Halloween this year? You got a costume set up or what?
No, man, I wanted to be smoky. I had my gold chain and everything, but I got the duty driver. I got to go to the airport right in the middle of Halloween, so got to do duty driver. So shout out to everybody dressing out for Halloween.
Row.
Bob is saying, Bob is all into it, as you can see there. Bob has his gloves. He had his mask popping in on there. And, yeah, definitely. So you want to tune in. Speaking of Halloween, thank you, everybody who's donated stars. Remember, all stars are not in vain. Any stars that you donate, I'm going to be counting up. I got to manually count all the stars to find out who's going to win this Michael Gallup autograph poster here. So top star giver for the month here, as I see some folks have said they gave some stars on other videos. That's cool. Don't forget, midnight tomorrow PST, I'll have the final count. We'll narrow it down to who's got the most stars to find out. And then you will be awarded that. And like I said, coming in for the month of November, I've already showed this to my supporters. They already know what's at stake here. So I'll just pull this out now. I think I may have posted it in the story. So for the month of, I want you to look how big this is. For the month of October, it was MG13. Now for the month of November, you got.
Oh, that was a catch, bro. That was a great catch,
This is
bro.
officially licensed merchandise from Fanatics with a COA, baby. It don't get no more official than a whistle like this. So make sure that's going to be what's at stake for Top Star Giver for November. So make sure get your stars in on all of the shows, even if it's a wrong one, as long as it's one for this month. King Sharon, I hope you're listening, baby. And I'll have a star count here for tomorrow, and I'll post it in the supporter group first so you guys know.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know I give CD a lot of shit. The simple fact is we put a lot of weight on his shoulders by giving him the number we gave him. The real simple fact is he probably could have used some more years playing with another one, with a number one. I don't think he's a true number one yet, but the guy gets open as well as really any other wide receiver on the team. So I think to have a CD Lamb is a blessing. So rather than talk shit about him, I'm just going to say, and the reason I'm talking this is because of that photograph of him, that catch where he changed his body position and then kicked his legs out to make that catch. That shit was insane. And a lot of the catches he makes are insane, but I've actually seen him, like he did today, shorten his hands and not want to take that hit. And that's unlike any 88 that's ever played for this team. The 88s, I remember, went over the middle to get that contact, to absorb it.
They wanted that kind of play.
Yeah. They ate it. They ate it up every day, and it just doesn't seem yet like he's there. So I don't want to crown him a number one yet, but he's the number one on our team. So he's making plays here and there for sure.
I mean, with MG13, Lamb, I mean, we got a lot of depth at wide receiver. We seen the Jalen Tolbert sighting today. Like I said, I was surprised to see that. But I think we got enough receiving core. Dak, obviously, with his safety blanket of Dalton Schultz, that which kind of like was Tony Romo to Jason Witten, same thing. You know what I mean? 70 yards, 6 catches, or something like that, I think, right? So Dak's going to get it to him. But you got to be happy going into the bye at 6-2, especially after week 1 when we lost our Cowboy to an injury, our starting Cowboy to an injury, and Cooper Rush got in there and did his thing. I don't know. I was calling for Cooper to come in the second half. You see they benched Justin Fields in the second half. I was hoping maybe we'd see a little Cooper sight, and, Jerry could stir up that quarterback controversy some more.
Yeah, after that performance by Dak today, that's
he wanted Dak to finish it up in that victory formation with the last second when the O-line pops up and down. And since Dak hasn't played a lot, I think he was giving him one. Say, you go ahead and finish this game, young man.
Yeah, pretty cool. Diego's trying to. I see you, baby. Appreciate you trying to switch the subject there to Halloween. But great question, and I'm glad you brought that up. And especially, I grew up in Texas, not too far from where Texas Chainsaw Massacre was filmed. That opening scene in the cemetery there on the first one, that's my favorite one, by the way, too. I got relatives buried in that cemetery. I believe that's in Leander, Texas. So shout out to Diego for opening that up. I know you like some scary movies, Bob. Which one's your favorite one?
Oh, my all-time favorite scary movie is going to be the original Amityville Horror forever. It's the first one that freaked me out as a kid. I have a fascination with it. I've got a couple groups I'm in. I like hearing people talk about the theories of it when, in fact, it was just all bullshit for the most part. But other than the murders that happened. So Amityville, my top 3 are Amityville Horror. The second one is that's a tough one, man. I would probably say Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one. And then the third one would be House of a Thousand Corpses from Rob Zombie.
Ooh.
Isn't it like that Chainsaw Massacre, when it opens it up, it's like the flash and in the cemetery, when it opens it up, and it's like, what the hell is going on? You're like, damn, man. I'm telling you, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that shit. I mean, I went to Freddy Krueger. I remember his arms coming down and all. I mean, yeah, Exorcist, that was pretty live. Poltergeist.
What about The Haunting? What's up with the one, The Haunting, with the twins and that crazy? Wow.
Which one was your favorite, Bob?
Oh, I
like all the ones you guys said, but I'm thinking The Haunting. What they had those crazy. Oh man, I think it's called The Haunting. It's wild movie, super crazy, scary as heck.
Scary as heck.
Yeah, I didn't want to
gaffle you into terror. Yeah, I don't know, man.
For the bye week, before we get out of here, guys, what you got planned for the bye week this week, Eric B?
Actually, might go do something else. Get out, go ride my bike, get out, go out and instead of watching Red Zone and football for 8 hours. I might go be physical and go do something outside.
I hear you. So get out and get some air. Stop drinking and smoking when it comes to these Cowboys, at least for the bye week. What you got planned for the bye week, Bob?
Oh, a whole lot of nothing, man. I'm relaxing. We're gonna take it easy. My all-time favorite. Well, Halloween's probably one of my favorite times a year, but Thanksgiving is by far the best holiday in the Riley house. So we're just chilling out and gearing up for that. Things are going to start switching here soon. So we're just going to probably start getting shit ready for Thanksgiving. But today just chilling. Tomorrow we're going to hand candy out for the first time in our new house. So we're pretty stoked about that, man. We'll have my brother and his wife over here. Hopefully it'll be like a family thing.
Sounds nice, man. Sounds nice. And before we get out of here, Halloween, I'll be live here tomorrow in the gym. Don't forget, all subscribers have a chance to win this cool stainless steel Halloween themed cup that you'll be able to sip on NFL officially licensed merchandise. That will be available during tomorrow's show. I'll give that away to one of the supporters. And then as a reminder, anybody who signs up in the month of October has a chance to win this as a supporter. The Larry Allen 8x10 autograph up there with a COA. So we're going to have a star count. We're going to give away a couple of prizes. The Larry Allen photo tomorrow on Halloween. This will be in the morning. And then tomorrow we're going to give that cup away. So check us out on Halloween tomorrow. It's going to be spooktacular over here, especially on a Victory Monday. We appreciate everybody hanging out here with us today. Make sure you get your stars in. They're never in vain here, because every month, like I said, there's always going to be a top prize. And we showed them here to you, the Michael Gallup, as we talked about MG13 today, and also CD, that big picture, big ass picture. I don't know if it's like 23 by 14 or something like that. It's really, really big. You've seen it. So appreciate y'all tapping in with us. We're out here. Dallas Cowboys winning 49-29, going into the bye week 6-2. How about them Cowboys?
That's what's